What's up, guys, and welcome back to the BBTFRG channel with me, Martin, aka Ballistic Bull. It's Saturday afternoon here in the UK, which can mean only one thing. It is Warships sneak peek time. But first of all, how was your Christmas? Did you have a good one? I hope so. I certainly did. Thoroughly spoilt by my family and consumed far too much food and far too much alcohol. Finally rolled out of bed yesterday morning and thought to myself, I better get this sneak peeks video done. So yeah, season 54, all hands on deck, or all hands on deck, as I would like to call it, done with a bit of a South African accent, so that every time I say the word deck, it sounds mildly comical. But without further ado, let's get over to the warship. So, they said season 54, all hands on deck. That is the name of this season. And now we are going to jump over to my warship. Right, there we have it. Very quickly first, this is a dev build account lent to me by Supercell for the purposes of recording sneak peeks and the like. That is why I've got a max space. That's why I've got an unholy amount of diamonds. And if we switch over to the warship, you'll see that I've got an unreasonable amount of tickets and tokens. But yeah, there's nothing dodgy about it. It's on a separate server. You know, for those of you that have been here before, you know the drill. It's the dev build account. Right, so without further ado, what shall we bring to you first? Okay, let's take a look at the statues first, shall we? So, this season, you're going to have 100% troop damage. You're going to have 100% troop health. You are going to have 100% building damage. And you are going to have 100% building health. Notice a theme developing here. So any predictions for how much GBE you're going to have? Yep, that's right. 100% GBE. So the boosts are 100% right across the board, but it's how they're situated on the tree that might make things a little bit more interesting. We'll get into that when we look at the tree shortly. So let me now take you to the chest rewards for this season. Chest rewards, the CRVs. There we go. So it's a 3-week season, runs till the 21st, so from New Year's Day till the 21st of January. So, yeah, those of you that are in the United States, I'm afraid it's an early start on New Year's Eve morning. Although, don't forget, we are 4 of 6 now, so you can have a bit of a lay-in and not have to worry about maxing out your chests. Last couple of seasons, I've started a bit later than planned, and it's not really affected my gameplay at all. In fact, to be honest, I think there's probably a slight advantage to starting a bit later and letting other people make the early mistakes, and you can jump in with the meta. So there are pros and cons to starting a bit later. Okay, so let's go through these chest rewards. As you see there, we've got wood, 15 keys, 260,000 tokens as normal. Stone, 16 keys, 290,000 tokens as normal. Iron, 18 keys, 325,000 tokens as normal. Gold, 20 keys, 360,000 tokens as normal. Diamond, 25 keys, 450,000 tokens. No, this season you are going to see a reduction in the diamond rewards. So 22 keys and 400,000 tokens. And legendary, 30 keys and 560,000 tokens? No, legendary has been dropped to 25 keys, 450,000 tokens. Now, don't panic just yet because you haven't seen the tree. So all I can tell you, well, what I'll tell you now about the tree is this is probably the cheapest tree that I've seen in terms of total cost. The total cost for the tree is 2,000 keys. Normally it's around about the 2,100, 2,200 mark. If I remember rightly, last season, bearing in mind it was 4 weeks and we had 3-week chest values, it was 2,600, I think. So yeah, normally around the sort of 2,200 mark. Last season was a deer tree, 2,600. That's for every node. But this season, it's only 2,000 keys, and that unlocks every node on the tree. The tree will come on to later. I think that this will also eliminate the people sort of streaking off into the distance with the opening rewards. I think it will group the players together in bigger clumps within the matchmaking pool, so hopefully we will see less time spent in the queue, especially for the guys that hit diamond early. Less time spent queuing, more time spent playing, which in turn will result in natural star inflation. But those are your CRVs for this season. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the dicks. Right then, folks, now we're going to take a look at the dicks. Now, when you log into season 54, all hands on deck, you're going to see a message about the dicks. Now, last season, you saw a message about the troop boost. This season, you are going to see a dick message. This is the dick message you're going to see. This season has a new feature called the Vanishing Dick Sections. Engine rooms on these dick sections will be moved to a free spot while other buildings will be put in storage. I can't keep saying dick like this. As much as I'd like to continue with the dick theme, I think the dick theme is probably just about done. So yeah, that's the message that you are going to see. What does that mean? I hear you scream. 2ER deck. Looks like this. Not too bad. Big chunk in the middle ramp, blah, blah, blah. Now, normally when we have sections, the 3ER deck would grow from what you see there. But the 3ER deck this season looks like this. You can see that middle section disappears bar that one bit at P2. And then the 3ER deck appears there like that. And subsequently, as we move on, the 4ER deck, the 5ER deck, the 6ER deck, and the 7ER deck, like that. Now, let's just say, let's do the 2 to 3. Now, if we start on the 2ER deck, and you've got a building or a engine room there at SB2, when you progress to 3ER and that place vanishes, as it said in the message, your engine room will move to somewhere else on this deck, or your building will be placed in storage. So at the start of each ER, when you progress to 3ER, 4ER, 5ER, you're going to need to check your inventory to make sure that you've got all of your defenses out. Otherwise, you could be harming yourself somewhat. Yeah, so I've put together a little video for you to see, so you can see the transformation of the decks over the course of the season. So it's going to look something like this. So yeah, that was put together using Zmot's deck creator tool. So huge shout out to him for letting me use that. The link to that tool will be in the description below, down there somewhere. I'll also put a link to his YouTube channel down there as well. And since it appears shackles are off when it comes to deck layouts now, maybe you can get over there and design some of your own decks, submit them to Supercell, and I think you can do that through Zmot and his channel there. I'm sure if you leave a message on his community tab on his channel, he will fill you in with exactly how to do that. You know, you don't have to design a series of decks from 2ER to 7ER. If you just want to design 7ER decks, then just design 7ER decks. If you want to design 5s, do 5s, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it might be a nice idea to start flooding Supercell with some strange and quirky deck designs. Just remember, though, that the deck has to accommodate the amount of ERs and the amount of defenses for the ER level. But there's full instructions on Zmot's deck building tool webpage. Like I say, I'll leave the link in the description below. Back to the main warship over here. And now that's the statues dealt with, the chest rewards dealt with, and the decks dealt with. Now we are going to take a look at the tree. Yay, I hear you cry in unison, as that's what you all came to see. So, gunboat, landing craft, as normal. Your opening defenses are going to be cannons, sniper towers, and shock mines. Your opening troop will be the mech, as you can see there. Moving on from that, we've got offensive building damage there, 22. We've got warriors there for 18. We've got multi-node down the bottom there, 1 cannon, 1 sniper tower, or 3 more shock mines, and then Zukas for 22. Before you get to the flare on path, that takes you to 3ER. After 3ER, you've got your first troop damage node. As I was saying earlier, that the nodes are kind of spread because there's only 10 boost nodes on this tree. They're kind of spread throughout the tree, so kind of just look at how they come. Potentially you can already be 50% DVD. Now you'd be 50% troop damage as well. But the boom mines are there. Then we've got our first kind of branches down dead end nodes. So this top dead end node, you've got your first auto, which is either boom surprise, hot pot, or a microwaver. Then you've got rifles and rocket choppers there for 36. You come to the bottom path and you've got another multi-node, which would be sniper tower, the machine gun, so 1 sniper tower, 1 machine gun, or 3 boom mines. Then you've got your smoke and the good Dr. Kavan there nice and early. I can see people already I can see you guys already looking at the big yellow bus there at 3ER. It's not actually at 3, it's at 4ER. We'll get to that in a sec. But yep, we've got yellow bus early this season. There's also Gren's there for 28, blocking the dead end node to the shock launchers. And the machine guns there as well, just before 4ER. Now, you'll notice this season, a kind of lack of defences at 3ER. Normally, by 4ER, you've pretty much got all of the defences. But at this point now, going 4ER, all you're going to have is cannons, sniper towers, boom mines, shock mines, and machine guns. And 1 proto, or potentially the shock launchers as well. So no rocket launchers, no boom cannons, no flamethrowers, and no mortars at this point. But yeah, so that takes us then into 4ER. And from 4ER, we've got the first troop health node directly behind it. Then it's up top, medkits for 20. And now it gets a little bit expensive. Rocket launchers for 40. And heavy choppers for 44, or you can go the other way and pick up Sparky for 42, and Seekers there early as well for 44. And that's the dearest part of the tree. That dead end node up the top there, that is the dearest part of the tree. So from here on, it does get cheaper, or it remains as cheap. So GBE down there for 20 keys, medics for 22. And the second proto, which is another hot pot, a shock blaster, or a flotty, all level 1s again. Then we've got the building health, and that completes the first round of troop boosts for this tree. So at this point, you've now got 50 troop health, 50 troop damage, 50 building health, and 50 building damage. Then we've got the mortars. That's where we find the mortars, just before 5ER. We get ourselves into 5ER, where we find the boom cannons. Then we can drop down to cryos, artillery, the second GBE node, before the bombers tucked away on this dead end node. You notice this season there's a lot of good stuff all on dead end nodes. So rocket choppers, heavy choppers, Kavan, shock launchers, Seekers, bombers, they're all tucked away on dead end nodes this season. Then we've got tanks up the top there, and the good lady brick for 42 keys, or we can come down 1 level to first troop boost node, which is the tanks, cryos, or grenadiers. Down the bottom here, we've got the flamethrowers at 24 keys, before bullet for 42 keys, and then we can look to open 6ER. So with 6ER open, that leads us into the final, I think, final multi-node, which, as you can see, is 1 rocket launcher, 2 boom cannons, or 1 shock launcher. Then it's choice time, top path or bottom path. If you go top path, you've got troop health for 26, lasers for 30, and green mines there for 22. So as you can see now, you know, into 6ER, and we're still only sort of paying between 20 and 30 keys to unlock nodes. Bottom path, 26 keys for building health, 30 keys for scorchers, 32 keys for critters, 36 keys for barrage, and 36 keys for critter launchers, 22 keys for the heavies. Now, the 36 there for barrage and critter launchers are as dear as it gets at this end of the tree. So now we're going to move into 7ER. And after 7ER, we've got the shocks. Yes, that's right, folks. They are on the tree this season, but they are all the way up here in 7ER. So that's going to make the tree a little bit challenging, not having shocks until 7. But there it is. There you've got it. You've got the heavy bus early, but that comes with at the cost of the shocks there, maybe at 7ER. So we'll unlock those. That takes us to our second troop boost node for this season. There are only two troop boost nodes on the tree this season. And this one is the one that we didn't get last season. So this is Seekers, Heavy Choppers, or Bombardiers, which can be unlocked for 30 keys. The final troop damage up the top there for 30 keys. And we've got remote defib this season. So a kind of Kavan replacement if you decide not to go down that dead end node with Kavan at the beginning. We've got a remote defib right at the end there for 30 keys. We've also got final building damage, so building damage 100 there for 30 keys. And then we've got 2 proto nodes. Now you're going to notice something different about these proto nodes. Yes, that's right. There are 2 protos with each node you unlock. So you get 2 Doom Cannon 3s, 2 Laser Beam 3s, or 2 Zmot 3s for only 30 tokens. And that one, you get 2 Damage Amp 3s, or 2 Sky Shield 3s, or 2 Grappler 3s, again for only 30 keys this season. So like I said, although the reduction in rewards is there, the tree cost has been considerably reduced as well. So there's no reason why you can't make 7. There's no reason why you can't complete the tree. I think I did a quick calculation, and you can still make 7 even if you're only collecting gold for most of the season. Obviously, you are going to, you're going to skip some stuff as well. You're not going to open all 4 heroes. So that's 168 keys in total. If you open 2 heroes, that's still 84 keys saved. So I think you can still make 7 if you only open in gold all season, which, like I say, should condense the player pool quite considerably, and mean matchmaking becomes a lot easier. But there is your tree for this season. I will also be releasing very shortly the BBTFRG Warships calculator and the associated pictures that go along with it. They'll be available in my Telegram room, or the BBTFRG Telegram room. They'll be available in a number of other Telegram rooms. They'll be available on Discord eventually and through our Facebook group. But for now, I think that's just about covers it all. So all that remains for me to say is have a wonderful New Year tomorrow evening. For those of you that are celebrating tomorrow, some of you might even be celebrating tonight if you're in Australia and watching this as soon as it releases. I think you're into New Year's Eve already. So yeah, have a fantastic New Year's Eve, everybody. I will see you on the seas next year for All Hands on Dick, where we can all have our hands on our dicks. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. So that's it for now, guys. Enjoy, stay safe tomorrow evening, but have fun. I will catch you on the seas from Monday. Take care. Peace.